I need to turn off my sound, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Надявам се, че се чува добре, просто за това ще ви помоля, ако има някакво несъответствие, когато започнат Даниел и Стивън да говорят, ако е станало пак като предния път да не се чува, ако може да ми напишете в чата. So, hello. This should be the first Poker Academy English stream. I thought I would play first time, but I think this is way, way better. Welcome to the show, guys.
I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting us. This is our first podcast ever, so yeah, really looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Exciting.
Should be fun. If you can, I don't know, introduce yourselves with several words.
Yeah, so several words. Yeah, Steven Iglesias is my name. Started to play poker in 2008. I had eyesight back then. I lost it in 2014. Met Daniel in 2015, like maybe half a year after I lost my eyesight. I met Daniel. So I never seen him before. I met him post losing my eyesight, and Daniel was intrigued about my story, and he wanted to know more about poker. So I started to teach him poker, and I understood that it was possible to play poker even without eyesight through coaching him. And it's been a really fun ride so far.
Yeah.
Right, Daniel?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm Daniel Gritton, and like Steven said, I met him in 2015, and yeah, we've been playing together since that, a couple of times a week now. And it's been a great journey so far, and it's gonna continue as well.
Yeah, I've seen a case like yours, like 12 years ago. Yeah, of course, cameras all over the guy in Vegas. He was also with a bad eyesight, but he was playing. Yeah, it was the same. So that was not kind of new for me, because I know there are many blind chess players or something. Yeah, that's possible for them, but online poker, that was intriguing for me, so that's why I contacted you.
Yeah, for sure. Like, the reason why I actually went to my first live event, which was the Norwegian Championships in 2016. It's a funny story because I was staking Daniel in 2016 in the Norwegian Championship, and I was coaching him for 5 months or something. And then 3 weeks before the tournament, then we found out about this guy. I don't remember his name, but he was legally blind, and he was playing poker and had a full tilt sponsorship. And he played the World Series of Poker main event every year. And I was like, what? Is that possible? Could I actually play? Then we contacted the Norwegian Championships, and they were like, yeah, no problem. Just come and you can play, no problem. And I was like, okay. But I did decide to pick another helper that year because I was coaching Daniel for 5 months. So I really wanted him to play himself. So I went with another helper, and we played both, but Daniel was so nervous, right?
Yeah, that was my first live tournament ever. And I have this, this watch. You can watch the beats per minute. And I think over the span of 8 hours, my average heart rate was 140 or 150. And you can even see when I had kings, just like it peaked up. I was like, that's, I think I realized then, I do prefer helping Stephen much more than playing myself, at least when it's this higher buy-ins. So
would it be like this these days?
I'm much more comfortable right now than I was back then, because now I'm more used to the different situations. But I still feel like my heart racing when I got kings or aces, so I still get the kick, but I'm much more calmer or more aware of the general, the play now than I was back then when I was fresh in the poker world.
When I had my first live tournament, when I get dealt aces, I got I thought the whole table was shaking because of me. So yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you're switching as well, right? So
yeah.
we started Twitch last year actually, and you've been doing it for 3 years, you said. So how do you like this? The platform of Twitch, and you're playing when you're twitching. How do you what do you think about playing and twitching and all these things?
Personally, for me, as I told you, it's kind of different because I think that's helping me sometimes because I'm kind of more focused, more. I pay more attention, I guess. It's kind of motivating, and as you said, it's better not to lose it in front of many people.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I'm
Yeah.
still kind of emotional, and yeah, maybe that's why in Bulgaria I think I have a partial success. I stream only in Bulgarian, so yeah, that's a kind of I don't know. Maybe 100 people is the ceiling of this one, but yeah, maybe not. In fact, our biggest stream was we made a stream that we needed to gather some money for a cancerous woman, and yeah, we got like 300 people back then.
Wow.
That was, and we got like, I don't know, it was a kind of nice amount for Bulgaria. But that was all, and it had huge advertisement because the poker news platform in Bulgaria advertised it, and yeah, that was the peak. And the guy was even not from our team; was one of a kind streamer. Yeah, that was a good one. But usually on my streams is like 60, 70 people or something. I don't know if I go English, but I'm not that confident that the language barrier will help me play better.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, in fact, I watched yesterday your stream, and it's much more easy to be the armchair quarterback, armchair coach. Yeah, but at some point you don't need to pay attention to the chat. If your channel grow, you need to avoid the chat, I guess. Even more at your case, because you need to communicate all the time through words. I can make a move on the table and not to need, and I won't have the need to speak about it. But I just get it like an advice.
Yeah, that's our situation though, because I'm the one who tells Stephen what's in the chat. So if there's something I don't feel like reading out for Stephen, maybe like something that could impact negatively or something, I can just ignore it.
Yeah, you're a good filter, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, good filter for sure. I think it was pretty difficult in the start talking English, We started in March, like we were just gonna stream throughout Scoop last year. And then it was so fun, so we just continued. But first five months, we were like just downswinging, like 150, almost 200 buy and downswing. And I were like, wow, this is pretty bad, I have to fix my game because I don't want to do this and just continue to lose, That's not fun at all. So I would say that Twitch made me, study more and made me care more, I'm not just pumping off my stacks that much anymore like I used to. I had a disease of spewing way too much, like calling too much, bluffing too much, especially over bluffing. That was like my huge disease. But then because of Twitch, I was like, fuck, we have to study more. We have to do some pyro streams. We have to do something different, We can't just continue to lose. And that's when we started pyro stream in September. And now, like, the downswing has become a really nice upswing. So, studying is so important for sure.
Yeah, that's usually the goal of these podcasts, because for guests, or I took part in podcasts with, as I told you, our champion, the main event champion, who is a spin and go regular, and he's always into solvers. And we had a conversation of how to start from bottom, and the common opinion was you should start with learning, not playing more. So yeah, studying is quite a bit of the poker profession, which more of the people who, okay, basically, if you come back from work, you won't want to sit down and get into charts, and you want to be the poker to be your hobby. And yeah, 2021, it's hard to expect good results when you're not putting the work for studying and coaching.
Yeah. I think it was the same for last year as well. You know, like a lot of people stuck at home and improving their game much more because of the lockdown and everything. So overall, the level of the players are much higher now than before.
Do you
Also
think?
due to
I don't think so. On the lower levels, it's quite the opposite. Maybe there are campaigns in Europe that prevent poker sites to advertise bonuses and whatever, just because the regular people, they are stuck at home and they will try to play some tournaments or cash or spins, and they will lose their money at the end of the day. So yeah, I think the first 3 or 4 months were like poker 10 years ago, and then when it all filtered, you need to study more.
Yeah. We got some good results, in 2020, like in the start, when the corona boom, made everyone play poker. The guarantees was insane, and the level of play was like horrific at times, and so many fun players. And then I like deposited like 2K on stars, and I run it up to like 21K in 3 weeks. But that was before starting to stream. And then it went downhill from there, because I think people became better at mid stakes throughout 2020, because they're, as Daniel said, studying more, but maybe not in the low stakes, as you said, because people don't really study when they play low stakes. If people study a lot, they're playing mid stakes or high stakes, because then they're going to move through the low stakes and move up, if they study a lot, because it's so important to study if you want to become really good, to understand the game in a deeper level. And understanding the game better, you have to study with solvers, I think, or study people, or study together with people, study solvers, because solvers are better than computers, are better than humans. That's why studying solver is really important, in my opinion, though.
Yeah, it is important, but it's good to use them wisely and use them correctly. And that's maybe the thing. This information is much more exposed right now. So
accessible,
much, accessible. So, frankly, to say, I don't know why you're using Pio, and it's not Pio, it's Pio, because the creator of the Pio is Piotr, and he named it after himself. Yeah, so
that's cool.
It's Pio. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that's a nice fun fact.
But yeah, there are cheaper solvers right now which are better, basically.
Oh,
yeah.
They are? Okay. Do you have some names? I haven't heard of those, I think.
The Flopzilla guy, he made GTO Plus. And it's
GTO Plus.
Yeah, for like $120, there is integrated testing, quizzes and hands to play against the solver. And it's like really cheap. And it has it has additional perks like better scripts and everything, whatever. But that's maybe kind of, that's why people are getting better, and you got more check raised on 7-7-4 boards.
For sure. I have experienced that for sure.
We have a question: how long have you been playing together? But I would take a minute to tell you a story. Like a year ago, a guy from our team posted a screenshot of your stream, or it was a small video, and I was in the middle of session, and I was like what the fuck they're discussing a hand.
Pollution.
Of
So,
course,
yeah.
took the time
Yeah.
to sit out all of my tables and wrote poker stars like 1,000-word letter, which are these, I don't know, crooks that
Yeah.
are trying to steal our money.
Yeah.
And by some chance I couldn't send it. I don't know why. I tried to press send it didn't. So then I took a closer look and I was, yeah, what the fuck. So that was a year ago. So how long?
Wow. Yeah. I mean, a funny story as well. Yeah, I built up my role from 2K to 21K, right? And then I couldn't log into PokerStars anymore. And then I got a mail from PokerStars, like, why is this guy and this guy like, what's going on here? Like, why is like three different poker
IP.
accounts, yeah, logging in
Mm.
at the same, yeah, at the at the same
IP.
yeah, that's the name, yeah, right, that IP, right?
IP address. Yeah.
And then I had to tell them about the situation, that I'm blind and this guy's helping me and this is how it works. And they're like, okay, we never heard this before. And I went from 2K to 21K like 3 weeks, and they were like, and he's blind as well, and there's something more going on here, right? And then I didn't hear from them for like 3 weeks, and they were like checking out hand histories and doing whatever that they had to do. And then they wrote back like, okay, we have done some research and whatever, and okay, it's fine. You're able to play on our site with a helper and blah blah blah. So everything was fine, and that was I was happy about that, because I was so afraid, like, now they're gonna take my money and I can't play online. Oh, that would be so horrible. But luckily it didn't happen. So
Yeah. Like there are some like restrictions we have to keep in mind though. Like it's still one player per hand. So even though Stephen is the player, like I'm not allowed to impact his decision, kind of like he's the one who makes the
Yeah.
choices and I just press buttons for him. But
yeah,
to be able
exactly.
to- yeah,
Because I
but-
did have another helper before you, and he were playing poker as well, on PokerStars, and same client, and they were like, maybe he's doing the decision and not the guy who's blind. And they were like checking his hand histories of him and hand histories of me to compare, to see if like
Patterns.
he's doing the decisions. Yeah, and they found out, okay, they're playing way differently. So yeah, the blind person is actually doing the decisions here and not him.
Yeah.
That's what they found
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
So-
as I saw on the stream, your style is not easy to be mistaken with.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, like you punted last night to final
Yes.
table. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
the A night I went to bed like in 3:00 our time, but the other hand, ace nine, I didn't like it either. Cause
the ace nine.
yeah,
Yeah,
Can you recall?
the queen four free bet of the guy, the poop throwing guy.
Oh yeah, the ace nine. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, I remember this. The
I
Steiner
didn't
guy.
like
yeah.
it because I don't think you're achieving much there. I think
Yeah.
you'd better call and leave him be, punt his stack on the river. I think he
Yeah.
was playing aggressively also. So you will get called by better and
Fold
fold
out
it.
worse.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true though. Yeah, I know. I just thought that on Queen 9X, like he's gonna have the King Jacks, the Jack 10s, the King 10, like all those 48 combos. You might have so much like 10-8 and so much hands gonna have equity against me, and I had like 25 blinds behind. I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck it, the
you
pot is pretty
weren't
big.
dead because he was a fish. He could double whip you later at that point.
Yeah, I was a marginal spot, but I had Queen 4 off. I knew you had, like, before I called, I was like, he might have 4 deuce off, this guy. He's so fucking out of line. And when the flop came Queen 9X with a backdoor flush draw, I was like, should be ahead extremely often here against his range. But as you said, like, whenever he calls, then I'm pretty fucked. So
Yeah,
that's the problem with my play.
you're like 20% at maximum.
Yeah. But it's hard to play against these guys. So hard. It's so easy to be emotional. Like, fuck this guy. He's gonna have like king deuce off or something.
He would,
Yeah.
but he would shove
He
it on the
would.
turn. So
Yeah, he would shove it on the turn, but yeah. I'm too occupied by denying equity, while I don't think it's that important in that situation. So I do agree with you. It's better to call than shove for sure.
Yeah, that was just an example because you're highly aggressive one. Yeah, when I told my coach that we will make a podcast, he told me, yeah, and all that guy, fuck him. He overbets. He overbets c-bets on the flop, the things that no one does.
That's funny though. Yeah, because people don't really overbet c-bet that much. But if you plug in an overbet in a solver,
Yeah,
the solver prefers overbets actually.
exactly.
In a lot of
Deep stack
situations.
70 blinds plus. I know,
Mm.
but I don't
Exactly.
use it because people are not defending. I don't think they are defending
Yeah.
that well against. So you just filter the better hands there. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try it,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
You looked kind of tired yesterday, right?
Tired?
Yeah, tired.
Yeah, I was tired because it was late, and I
long
don't.
grind.
Yeah, I usually fall asleep at like 12, 1 a.m. maximum. So when it's like 2, 3 a.m., and I have to use my brain so much when I play poker, all I hear is like king queen under the gun, open 3-bet. Okay, king ace queen on the button, and you have 7 deuce on the big blind. Option with ace queen. I hear so I have to has so much information, and when I'm done after like 8-9 hours, I'm so I'm done. I'm like so fried,
Exhausted. Yeah.
exhausted for sure. So that's what happened yesterday as well. I was exhausted at the 7-8 hour mark. I was so dead. That's probably why I punted with ace 9. So
Maybe
dead.
yeah, maybe. Do
Yeah.
you use some kind of preparations for that?
I do a lot of preparation actually. I usually play pretty good like first 4 or 5 hours, but at the 6 hour plus mark, then I usually fade out. But I do a lot of preparation like meditation. I usually do that before I play. And something called the Wim Hof method. It's breathing exercises, which I also do. And cold showers is also something I do. I don't work out like 5 times a week, and I eat healthy, and I do all those things because I have to. Like before, I could just down 6 Red Bulls and eat hamburgers and pizza and don't take care of myself, and I had eyesight and would still perform good. But now it's much harder now than before.
Daniel, what about you? You
Yeah, like I'm also have not exactly the same routine as Stephen, but I also do like this breathing and meditation, and also cold showers more or less every day to mentally stay sharp and refresh myself before the grind and everything. So I think it's important to take care of yourself off stream or off table a lot to be sure that you are in your A game when you first play.
So how about your occupation? How do you assemble it with that? In fact, a professional poker career. I think the hours you get in, it's like almost like mine, I guess.
Yeah, so right now I do work full time as an electrical engineer. So I have home office. So I sit here, the same place I do play poker, and
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, because of the home office right now. But yeah, so from 8 to 4 normal work, then an hour or 1 hour and a half for getting dinner, get a walk, spend some time with my girlfriend, and then just put in the grind with the poker. So 40 hours a week plus I don't know 25 30 hours of poker a week as well. So it is a lot of. I think that's why also it's so important to have like this meditation and breathing and cold showers, everything, because if I didn't do this stuff, I would just be burned out because of the amount of time and energy I put into everything.
Yeah, exactly. And the saddest thing about tournaments is you need to be more focused at the end of the session where the
Yeah,
money
right.
are won.
Yeah, for sure, true.
So yeah, this preparation should be. I don't know. I'm kind of the other thing. I don't do that shit. That's frankly, I don't know if I'm losing or not, but I'm getting nervous just when I close my eyes and someone tells me to, I don't know, put my left leg on over the right leg, and I really don't like it. But I found that I'm playing better when I'm later in my sessions, because usually I have a mental barrier or something, mental breakpoint, that when I kind of know that I played good and I reached to semifinal or a final table and I played all of my best, I'm ready for more and more and more. So that's a good quality of me, but the thing is that I get tilted or something. Yeah, maybe I'm not playing my A game when I'm mid phase or something, so it's hard for me to reach final tables. Also, how many tables do you play?
Usually seven. Usually seven, right?
Seven is like spot. Yeah,
Yeah.
like we do usually just jump in around 7 tournaments from the start before we go live, and then that includes a lot of late regs. So we have a lot of like easy decisions, like all in or fall type of stacks. But as we go deeper into the session, we don't fire as many tournaments. So you're deeper, you have to focus more on tournaments. So we maybe play 4 or 5 tournaments, and last final 2 tables. We hopefully are not in 7 tournaments, because it's so important to pick up all the right information.
Yeah. I'm really trying to climb the ladders right now, the pocket file ladders. I made a account there in December, so that's motivation for me to play a higher volume, because before we were playing less tournaments, but now we're playing like 60 tournaments in a weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, putting in like 50 to 60 tournaments there.
Yeah, Pocket 5 is not your friend then, because it's it benefits the greater volume players.
Yes, exactly. So when we go pro, maybe then I have a bigger chance, But I think I can compete in the Norwegian ladders, because people are not that good. I'm not that far off, getting the first place there. Just 1,000 points or something, then I might be there, And that might happen with the volume we have now. So that's the goal. We have something to, strive for, and that's all the motivation I need,
I don't know why Swedes are much better than the Norwegians. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Like,
there's not that many professional Norwegian poker player, I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
No, not many at all. It's
I
very
don't-
few, actually.
I don't know the most famous names to be any Norwegian up there.
Nah, it's like Prabs, you know him, right? That's the only one you probably have heard of, Prabs. And who else? Aspen Ul, what's his nickname on PokerStars? I don't remember his nickname.
Him Tuning Kasi.
Him Tuning.
I don't know many of the top regs, but everyone knows Lena and Darwin.
Yeah, exactly. And like those guys are so talented. I know C. Darwin works with solvers, but Lena, he don't work with solvers. He's so talented, No, he doesn't. He just discuss poker with friends mostly. But maybe it's like digging into some solvers now with C. Darwin. But like before, when he was number 1 in 2018 and 2019 on the Pocket Fives, he didn't work with solvers. He just played insanely high volume. That's what he said on the podcast. It was like, you have to play insanely amount. Like, you don't need to work with solvers. Like, the most important thing is to just understand the player pool and understand how people think, and just have a decent understanding about your player pool and exploit people. And he's more about that, than playing how a solver would play. So that's interesting for sure.
The exploitable one.
Yeah, the exploitable one. That's more of his style,
Yeah, I have a friend who plays high stakes Bulgarian. You maybe know him. He told me that he calculated that Lena plays like 360 days a year or something.
Yeah, he's insane. He's insane.
We play 3 days a week, and then we have 2 days of PIO sessions. So like it's completely.
I play like 5 days a week, 4.5 maybe. Some week I play 5, some week I don't. I play usually 9 tables. I hate layer tricks. I hate re-entries. So, yeah, I don't know if it's a good strategy or not. Vegas was a big hit for me at that point because you need to make re-entries in Vegas. So, yeah, maybe my mentality about the re-entries is not the optimal one, but I really don't like the 20 blinds re-entry thing. I don't know.
No.
Or late rigs.
Yeah, I'm just doing it now because I'm trying to ladder the pocket fives. Then I just take some shots, but it's for sure not good for your bankroll.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's good for the rankings on the pocket five. Then you don't care about profit. You just care about the winnings, not the profits.
Yeah, but we mainly just late reg I would say the lower end of the buy-ins we play.
Yeah.
We don't late reg like the big ones we play, like
Nah.
109 and 215. We don't late reg those. It's just like the
just-
$30, $50 tournaments that's on the lower end of the buy-ins we play.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
You told me your work with solvers, right?
Yeah.
That's the main thing you're doing?
That's the only thing I'm doing right now. Like I do discuss. I have two good friends, Handur and Sanj. Those two I discuss poker with. Handur is Swedish, so yeah, Swedish people they're pretty sick. So I do discuss poker with those guys, and we also use solvers usually on like Tuesday or Thursday. And I usually also go through final tables on YouTube. There's one channel that has all the final tables.
The PCB channel?
Yes, exactly. There's no commentator, but I do you go through the final tables together with a
It's better
friend
not to have commentators there.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine who's going through the final table, and he's writing notes on people, and I usually do it together with him, like writing notes on Lena 900, all the good players like NASA. And he's writing notes, and then he has the notes, when I meet them, and I do this together with him, and I also work with solvers together with Daniel on Monday and Wednesday. That's usually how I study poker, and this has just been a short period of doing to say it like this. I started in September, so I'm pretty fresh still, because before solvers, like before 2020 I were mainly playing cash games together with Daniel, and that was much more better for me because as I said, like on the 6-7 hour mark I'm pretty drained usually, and that's where all the money is made, on the final tables, and usually I play worse on the final tables because I'm more tired and shit. But last year I decided to get a better routine from September to make me perform better, like the meditation, the diet and everything, and drinking a lot of water, and that's been helping me a lot. And PioSolver from September has been the game changer for sure. So just not memorizing, because I hate memorizing shit. I just trying to understand why.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, you don't believe me?
No, I don't. Because I saw you learning with studying with Pio, and you were remembering how many combos were in your defending range from big blind. So I don't believe it.
Yeah. But my brain works pretty like weird, because if my girlfriend tells me like, okay, buy these things in the store, 28 things, I'm gonna remember mostly all of them. But if my girlfriend says to me, do you remember what I told you last week? I'm like, no, I have a really bad long time memory and a really good short time memory. So if I study a chart like a month ago, if I study like, okay, big blind against small blind, these hands you open, these hands you limp. 1 month later, I'm gonna forget it unless I understand why. Why do I open these hands and why do I limp those hands? If I understand why, I'm gonna always remember it. But if I'm just trying to memorize it without understanding the why, then I'm just gonna forget it like 1 month afterwards. That's how my brain works. Pretty weird, but
why did you hate school then?
Why did I hate school? Yeah, I don't know. It was just I just didn't know what I wanted to get out of school. That's why, because when I found poker, I were a Counter-Strike player before, and I loved Counter-Strike and like video games so much, and then I couldn't focus on school, and then I found poker, then it was even harder to focus on school. I'm that kind of guy who's like all in on like one particular thing,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
that's why school was hard.
that makes sense. Yeah, because
Yeah.
my case with poker was when I learned the rules. I like this kind of games, mind games at all. I like chess, I like backgammon, I like all the card games I knew. So when I started 2007, I had PDF files for some books, poker books, and just for I don't know, self learning, self studying, I translated them to Bulgarian. Like it took me several months, but I got the base from then. And at that time, I was like more prepared. Like 90% of the players were worse than me. And yeah, so learning was a good thing for me every part of my life, even in school. So I liked it. Not so much. In fact, I liked it that much. At the limit, it was a pleasure for me. If they make me study harder, I hate it. So yeah,
What
that's
about
why.
studying poker though? What
Yeah,
about studying poker?
it was only, yeah, exactly. Now when I'm coaching, because I coach several people's nonstop, and I have paying students from time to time. When I'm coaching, I'm much more comfortable than when I'm being coached by someone, because there is a comfort zone there. Things you're comfortable, and it's like easy to express, easy to be confident about, and it's kind of a smart ass strategy when you're something in something you feel good about yourself, and when you're out of your comfort zone. I think that's the main difference between the good players, decent players, and the great players. To be able to step out of your comfort zone, even in learning, even in he made something totally new that made no sense for me, but I still want to get what it's all about. So
Yeah.
for me, I don't have. That's the thing that kept me in the decent zone all these years, but not in the excelling zone.
You think it's hard when you Twitch, go out of your comfort zone, or like do something that it might look spewy, it might look like
No,
people might judge you, but you don't care, you just do it anyway.
I do it and I get defensive all the time. I think it's a normal thing to be defensive, because you usually the population is considered to be on lower level knowledge. Yeah, but I don't think it's a good quality also to get defensive. That means you're tight-minded or something, and you're missing the possibilities of learning something new. Yeah, that being said, do you coach anyone else but Daniel?
No, I really don't. Like, maybe I can say that I both coach and get coached by the same people. Like, I have two people, as I said. Like, I do give my advice and they give their advice. So that's the only coaching I do, besides helping Daniel as well. Like, Daniel is doing a bankroll challenge right now, and L2 is trying to build his bankroll. So on Twitch, whenever we have the chance, Daniel is going through some hands that he played. And also when we do Pio session, Daniel is also getting coached through me, I would say, because he's asking all these questions. So what do you think, Daniel? Do you understand poker much better yourself after we started Pio session in September? Do you think you can beat like low stakes pretty easily now?
When it comes to cash game, I don't know yet, because like you said, this cash game challenge I've only been doing it for like 1.5 weeks, so pretty new, and I'm used to the poker like the tournament poker. I mean, not the cash games. I have to adapt between the strategies there and like how tight you are in cash game compared to tournament poker. So a lot of adjustments to make there. But when it comes to like micro stakes and low stakes tournament poker, I think like I have a decent understanding there, and I do sometimes play as well on the side. But the thing is that when we do have time to play with, like when I help Stephen, I mainly want to just squeeze in as much volume I can with his tables, like tournaments, instead of my own. And that's why cash game is much easier for me to just fire up two cash game tables at the end of a session, for example, because I don't want to reg a new tournament that lasts for 7 hours longer. So I think cash game is right now for me better.
Have you considered spin and goes?
No, not really. I have played like 3 in my life, so maybe I will try that.
Do you think it's good value?
Yeah, lower stakes for sure. Like every game in lower stakes, with that understanding of the game that he gets from you, will be, of course, plus
valuable.
Yeah, and it's kind of more close to cash games, and surprisingly, there is a lot of post-flop play there. Like a lot of, I mean, more than tournaments.
Yeah, I get that. You know,
there is no ante there, so you're not so obliged to shove 10 blinds with everything. So you limp a lot, and then you need to play post-flop with wide ranges, and so it's an option, because average it's 7 minutes per game or something.
Right. We've seen some you know, on the Postflop Plus app. You know, you try this Postflop Plus on it's a mobile phone app, like a piposlavov app,
like GTO.
And then you have a lot of spin and go situations there, like all right, so I'm playing like a 10 blind post flop here with this hand, why not shove pre-flop? Okay. So just playing so many different situations, spin and go situation, that's pretty complicated for sure.
And it's no, I don't think it was a surprise for me that player that I told you, Stoyan, he's I cannot tell a friend of mine, but I know him for years, and he's a Sunday tourist in MTTs. He plays like when there are huge prize pools, and it was not exactly a surprise for me that it took down the 4 million one. It's because they're used to be aggressive with wide ranges, so they should do whatever they get. So it will be interesting. I don't know. If you have a challenge already, okay, do it, but you can consider that one as a side. Side task or something.
I do prefer like tournament poker over cash game though, but like I said, it's difficult to do as many tables at the same time, because like we play 7 tournaments. Like at the most, I think we had 8 tournaments for Stephen, and I were in 4 tournaments myself, and while streaming, and it was like too many things going on. I just had to, you know, cut down on the tables and then just, you know, do the cash game tables later on. In like we were down to like 3 tables instead.
So basically, you're allowed to open 2 clients at the same time, right?
Yeah, we played on different clients. So like Stephen plays on PokerStars, and I played on Party Poker, for example. But right now, like Party Poker is they closed down for Norwegian players in December, so that, you know,
I
that was
know
a bit,
that.
Yeah,
that would be the problem of the pokers at all, I guess. Because we have some regulations here, but they're not so strict, so we can play basically whatever we want. But in a long term, that will be a problem in the online poker profession or something. So how about live?
Live poker?
How about live poker?
Live poker in Norway, we have like not many, like we don't have official tournaments really more than like once a year usually.
Just
But
once
we
a
do
year.
have underground. Yeah, we do have underground poker.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's it. And play like
Yeah.
tournaments or whatever. That's it. But we do have a lot of people who loves poker in Norway. We do have a lot of like fun players who just love the game, and a lot of Facebook groups, and a lot of people that just loves it. But not many people who lives of playing poker. That's very, very few that I know of, at least.
That sounds like a good thing, I guess, for you.
Yeah, it's healthy for the game, I guess. A lot of
Yeah.
circulation.
I don't think we have any, like, there's no Norwegians that have a sponsorship right now. I think, like, is there some though? Like Johnny Lawden did.
Johnny
have
Lawden
before.
had, right?
He did have from Party before, but not anymore.
He had PokerStars before.
Yeah, PokerStars as well. Yeah, PokerStars and
yeah, but you are much better than him, right?
I hope so, because he doesn't study. He never studied poker before, Johnny. I think he just had a big talent for poker, but then solvers came along, and I think he just fall behind, the curve. That's what
like
happened,
all the 0-0 pros.
Yeah, the talented pros that was too lazy to study. Those type of pros, probably.
Yeah, with the high self-esteem and
yeah.
I played for millions, nothing can get me now.
Yeah. I'm pretty humble though. I have so much to learn. Like when someone tells me, yeah, that hand you played horrible, I'm just laughing and like, oh man, yeah, I did. I should study more. Oh my God, yeah. I'm not, offended by people telling me that I played bad or anything. And
yeah,
I think that's good to be open-minded. That's important, I think.
Exactly right. So do you plan to get vaccinated so you can go abroad maybe next year? I don't think that this year will be Vegas at all.
I haven't thought about it, but I don't think I'm gonna play any live this year though. What about you?
We don't have anything open now. Just so I have 10-year visa. I don't know why. They gave me we have a visa. Yeah, maybe you don't for US. Do you have?
Yeah, we have. Yeah. We were going 2019, not 2020 actually, but then Corona happened, so we couldn't go. So
I went 2019, and was like, what the fuck is this place? How are people playing that high with that knowledge? And they fucked me over. I was like down every tournament. And but I would use every chance to go there because it's like, but I guess there won't
good
be
value.
Yeah, it's a great value.
Yeah, we went first time in 2017, right? Me and you.
Yeah.
That was my 5th live tournament ever. That was the 10K 6 max in Las Vegas, my 5th live tournament. So that was a degen move for sure, because I didn't have the bankroll for it. I just jumped in because I had pretty good confidence right there and there, because I didn't study much poker, but I played a lot on the underground cash games, and I were earning a lot of money. And I was like, yeah, let's go to Vegas and play some cash games. That was the plan. And then Daniel saw the 10K 6 max. It was the day after we arrived, and people in the underground poker club, they were like, yeah, you should play it. You're crushing so much. You should play it. We can buy percentages. And I was like, yeah, why not? Let's go. Let's play. I jumped in, and everyone was like, who the fuck is this guy? He's blind and he's drinking white wine, and that's what's going on. And I cashed, and I was really proud.
Yeah, that one was a tough one. I don't think you made a good choice with the first tournament.
worst choice ever.
Yeah,
but I
should
was
be
clueless. I was clueless.
Yeah. So, did you play cash games there? You liked it?
Yeah, I played. 2017. I mainly played cash game. I didn't play much tournament at all. I played a 10K 6 max because I saw the structure was really slow when it was 6 max, and I could play a lot of post-flop hands. That's why I played a tournament, because I love post-flop poker. I didn't like 20, 30 blinds. I hated that shit.
Yeah, there. for a live structure, they were fine, like tournaments, I guess.
Mm.
Did you play the main event?
Yeah,
Not that year.
2018 I played a main event. It went pretty bad that year. I were not prepared enough that year to play the main event.
Yeah.
But
So what?
you live and learn.
Yeah. What was your trips like? Because we went there like as a team 5 weeks or something, and it was every day.
Mm.
I got sick because of the air conditioners twice, and I missed like 3 or 4 days, but otherwise every day was a grind. So how many days do you think it's worth to go there?
So in 2018, I went just to play the main event, like
Wow.
8 days or something, and that was fine because I don't really love being in Vegas for like 2-3 weeks. In 2017, I was there for like 2-3 weeks, or
Yeah.
3 no more 3 4 yeah 3 weeks 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And you have to really love poker to be there in 3 weeks. And I do love poker, and for me it was nice because we were playing every day, but it's not much. Of course, like there's the nightlife and everything, you know, in Las Vegas, but I didn't go there for, you know, that type of you know, I went there to play poker, and for me, like, the poker is a really good value in Las Vegas. So if you really love poker, I think going there for like as long as possible is great, because the cash games, they're the best cash games in the world, you know, when the WSOP is going on, and the tournaments as well is so great. But of course you have to have the bankroll, because the
Yeah, bankroll
WSOP
is
tournaments
huge.
is pretty expensive, you know.
You didn't know, but it was like the weirdest day of my streaming life. So I had a shit of a session, and it was Sunday. I almost like bust all my tournaments like at 12 o'clock in the evening, which is, yeah, quite early. And I got a ticket for a free roll for the main event, with 1 place main event and 2 or 3 places for side events, plus costs, hotels and shit. Yeah. And it popped up on my second window, and I started to play it like unusual free roll. But like 2 o'clock, we were like 16 left, and I won it. So I
Wow.
won. It that was more maybe the most glorious day of poker in my life, because it's from 0 for 13,000 or something.
Nice.
And
Nice,
yet
nice.
still I
Yeah.
had such a season in Vegas that I didn't play it, because we're practically underground in 888 in Bulgaria. So 1 week after the tournament, they called me and they said, we cannot give you the seat. We'll give you money, but no seat. And I was planning to play it, but I had like, then I played a variance calculator for what would happen in Vegas with, I don't know, 50 ROI. And I was on the bottom of it. So yeah. Usually,
Yeah, you know.
even good players there don't have to expect good results like in a decade, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course.
A lot of variance in poker, and in tournament poker at least, you know.
Yeah, a lot of variance. Do you like, yeah, of course you don't play live now, but you know, before, did you've been living out of poker there like for a lot of years. So what's your like favorite live stuff? I guess you've been playing a lot of live, right?
No, I didn't play a lot of live, because I play because I play usually very low stakes. So I told you in Bulgaria it's not necessary to pay even mid stakes to get a live here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played like ABI of maybe 20 or something. So EPT is out of the question. And so I didn't have much experience when I get to Vegas, but Every tournament
Mm.
there is like Big 11 or Sunday Storm.
Yeah, right.
It's like playing free rolls.
Yeah, and not more like free rolls, more like the field. There was the what was it? The Big 50. The dealers told me that they needed to have 3 colors of denominations on the table with 1,000 on them because they needed to get all the chips from all the casinos of that company.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and
So many players, right?
yeah, they
Yeah.
had like 1 week or 2 weeks of starting days, and for $500 to get like 1 million first prize, I think was more than 1 million. I don't know, 2 maybe. So you
Wow.
have 500s with 3 colors on the table, so you don't know what you're getting on a bet, and everyone is holding still, not announcing his bet, so you need to count more. Yeah, but it was a fun place the first week. Then when I get to losing was the worst place ever because you can see how people that they don't know what solver is, they don't know what
Yeah.
balance is, they don't know what I don't know what fold equity is,
Yeah.
pot
Yeah.
odds
Yeah.
and shit. They are just crushing you. And
Yeah.
one table I made a huge mistake. I told, because I'm very talkative, which maybe is a downside. I told the guys there because they look friendly that I'm coaching poker. Huge mistake. Really huge mistake. A guy called me bet codes on the river with King High versus me and told me, coach, huh?
Bet call? You mean he bet, you raise, and he call?
Yeah, exactly.
guy?
Yeah, exactly. He
What
just
the
wanted
fuck?
to rub it on my nose, you know.
And he won.
Yeah, and that was
funny.
that it got depressing because these people, they get run over you and you see they win, you don't. There was a Norwegian guy that he had a beard like the long ones, the goatees, and he made different splits for every day he went there. So these were the guys that are beating me. So his beers on the third day was with 3 vertical. I don't know what the English word is. I guess you understand. But yeah, these recreationals, they get over you, and it's tough, I guess.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to be in Las Vegas when it goes bad, because then Vegas might be like the worst place ever, you know, when it goes bad, because yeah, as you said, you know, people are there for fun, and they're like, yeah, you know, not playing optimal, and then you're there, you know, studying poker for several years, going there, you're so prepared, you're so ready, and then it goes horrible because of variance, and then it feels like you just want to go home and cry, you know.
And it wasn't just variance. They are so random, so you're making huge mistakes because of their randomness. If you play for a certain type, you know, if you play just your style, not adjusting, yeah, you will curse them. But you play, I don't know. And it's more teetering, I guess. It was good.
That's what happened with me yesterday. The hand that you took, the ace-9 hand.
The
you know?
ace-9
this
hand.
guy,
Exactly.
yes, this guy was so out of line, and now we're like, yeah, this guy is gonna have like king deuce. He 3-bet, and the flop came queen 9-4, and I have ace-9, and he bets, and I just shoved because usually I should call, but I was like, yeah, it's gonna have so much shit here. I'm just gonna protect my hand and shove. And then he had queen 4 offsuit, and I was like, oh my god. Then he made me play bad, you know. He made me be emotional there and fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a tough. Yeah, I made a huge mistake that's chasing me in my dreams like months later. I played I think it was Coop or W Coop. I don't know. I think it was W Coop. 109 final table, 60K up top. And I made huge punt ICM. And yeah, I learned from it, but and it was exactly the same. I thought loose guy run over me, but in fact was quite different. I saw the replay. The guy had only aces and nothing else.
Yeah,
So,
ICM is complicated, though. It's hard to know exactly what you're gonna do in a ICM spot, So do you study ICM? Do you have like a bunch of guys you go through ICM spots with? Because I
Yeah.
don't.
I saw that you didn't went through this.
No, I don't. I have no clue. No clue.
Yeah,
I just
because
ICM fish.
do you have any tips?
Yeah, I have PO. You can make at least you can run PIO simulations with PO simulations with ICM. That will be a good start. Yeah, there
Okay.
is.
Nice. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and in fact, do you have the professional one or?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have the Pro Edition. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a preflop. If you have a decent computer, you can run preflop ranges there. And with
Okay.
ICM, it's totally different. For example, yesterday, as I just ran into one of your hands and you defended like 6-4 suited versus 2 players, which is a suicide.
Was that on the final table?
Yeah. On the,
All right. I didn't know.
yeah,
So,
you
but,
you should run something like this. You
Yeah.
could try this kind of simulations, and you can see there are preflop tools additionally that you can buy, and the difference is huge. Like I don't know, 70% difference.
I didn't know
Wow.
that PO had ICM.
Yeah,
collision.
under the when you make the trees,
Yeah.
there is under the last options is ICM considerations, and you can introduce up to 18 players.
Okay.
So it works for pre-final tables. And
Wow.
the difference with normal frequencies is huge.
Wow. Now we know what we
Yeah.
should spend our time with, on Monday and
Yeah.
Wednesdays. Should mark more hands on final tables and go through them in the ICM environment on Bio.
For sure.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you for the tip. Now we know
Yeah.
what to do.
Yeah, I'm the guy from yesterday. I am ICM. He told that he got the Bunga Cat ICM class. Yeah, that's a thing you can get also.
All right, Bunga Cat.
Yeah, it's
ICM.
BBC videos they're selling.
All
So
right.
you can
Awesome.
you can try some of them.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Speaking of BBC, do you consider joining a stable?
Yeah, I haven't considered it before because I've always been like a lone wolf in the poker world. I'm always done things by myself, and even when I had eyesight, I had 0 people to discuss poker hands with. So I'm always been used to being on by myself. But a stable, I'm not sure if that's like a great idea, a good idea, or a bad idea. I'm not sure. I have no clue. Like, don't have any knowledge about it. What do you think? You're in a stable, right now?
Yeah, I'm in a stable.
Yeah.
So the bad thing for the stable, considering you, is you cannot put the volume they want. Usually they
Yeah.
want a lot of volume. The good thing is if they get you, you will be a part of society. I don't know. I would like to prefer a smaller stable. Like our team is like 20 people or something. And we can have much more personal contact because these huge stables with 200 the Brazilians, the poker and shit, they have hundreds of people, and they have I guess only seminars as coaching, and we have more
one-to-one interaction.
Yeah, which is better for you as a player. I think you have a really, really, really good base. So
thank you.
Yeah, I don't think you will be much. But if you be able to play higher stakes, maybe there is a point of this.
Yeah, that's my goal though. I want to become a high stakes player together with Daniel. That's our main goal. That's what we decided to aim for. But volume is the most important thing, and maybe I should put it like this. My main goal is to make Daniel quit his job so we can go pro. That's my main goal.
That was one of my questions. I have notes here. When do you think you're starting poker as a job, Daniel?
like right now, like the current situation with my job, like I love my job as it is. So we have to make like not. It's not about the money as well, but at least we have to make it in a way that I don't like lose anything or miss out or anything if we're gonna go pro. So like it's a difficult question to answer because there's so much uncertainty around it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive country as well to live in, you know.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Always.
you do have to have a job.
Yeah, right.
But let's say a sponsor would give us like a lot of money and more than you earn now, then would be like a good option, you know, because
Well,
Yeah,
what
for
do you
sure.
mean by a sponsor? You mean like poker site or just staker or something?
Nah, I'm not sure. Like, I want to, you know, give Daniel salary so we can just live off poker and, you know, do this full time. But
Yeah,
it's
sounds
obviously
reasonable.
impossible, you know, right now.
Yeah,
you know,
right
because
now.
Daniel is earning a lot of money on his job. You know, that's the thing. You know.
Yeah, like compared
it's hard.
like streaming versus working, like it's not comparable right now, like terms of like salary. But like I don't do the streaming part because of the money. Like I love just doing this stuff with Stephen. Like it gives me value to life. I would say like it's a positive outcome from it. Like doing something with a friend and also entertain and be like a part of community and everything. That's what drives me to do this. Every week.
So how do you do this? I will never do your job, I guess.
I don't know.
I mean Daniel's.
Yeah. Like I said earlier that like I was a little bit uncomfortable playing live poker myself, and I figured out that helping Stephen was it gave me something back. Like it was fun, and I learned something from it, and it's just I'm that kind of guy. I would say just I like to help people. I like to be a part of something bigger than myself, I guess. And
I'm really lucky that I met you because as you said, like it's not many people who can do this. It's not many people who can do it great like you're doing, such a great job, and I'm so appreciated, that I found you, and we became so good friends as well, so that's perfect.
Yeah, right.
We're getting
we were so horrible. We weren't friends, and then I had to take a helper on a poker trip, and we wouldn't even have some good conversations together. But that's opposite with me and Daniel. We have great conversations, and all the poker trips are just awesome together.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Awesome,
I won't be able to do that because I'm a smartass, and I would never prevent myself from giving you advice for how you're playing. Yeah, that's super hard for me.
Yeah, that's impressive that you actually can, like, it's so easy for Daniel to be like, yeah, we call here, and then I press call, and I'm like, no. And then PokerStar sees this, like, oh, he's taking the decisions. Okay, let's ban this guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I don't like it's just a habit, I guess. Like I know that Steven is a great player, so I just trust his decisions, I guess. So I do question his decisions afterwards, but during a hand, I just wait for him to say, okay, we call or we raise or we fold or whatever. And like I don't think about the decision. I'm more about like the like I don't think in poker world when I help Steven that much. I don't think about ranges. I don't think about the likelihood of you having a good hand or anything. I just see that we have 3 other decisions to make, and I'm waiting for Steven to be done with the hand so I can tell him the next spot. So for me, I'm more like a commentator than a player, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's admirable because I won't be able to do that, being still and waiting for something that it's quite clear for me. And yeah,
but I think it's because I didn't get like a lift off, I would say, in poker. Like I played a little bit and then I didn't pursue it that much more. I just stuck with Steven and helped instead. So like I didn't go down from like the volume. Like I still play the small volume I do, and then I'm able to help Steven as well. So I didn't step down from anything. I just stuck with the path we did, basically, like the helping him.
Yeah, how is a day in Steve in Daniel's life going when you have like working day
A
with
job.
with
Yeah.
both?
Yeah, I don't like it's sometimes it is exhausting though, but it's a good like I get to the office at 8 and 8 hours work and a couple hours of rest and then play. And yeah, I don't think I would have done this if I didn't find joy in it, if I didn't have the support from my girlfriend from this as well. Like it's a lot of the we got the right settings for it. Like my job allows it as well. Like I can flex a little bit the hours if we run deep and I don't get into the offset before 9, for example, day after. I don't get any trouble from it. So I am lucky the situation is as it is, basically.
Yeah, what about
Mm.
2022 if you have to go to work on a office, not home office? What will happen?
I don't know, like the last couple of months, we have been reworking the schedule to fit as a long-term thing, because in the beginning we didn't know how it affected. Like in the beginning, it was much more harder for me in terms of like energy wise than now, because right now we kind of found a way that, for example, we don't play poker tournament in the weekdays, because if I stay up till 2 a.m. and I have to wake up at 7, I'm gonna be dead the entire day after. So that's why we play Friday evenings and Saturday evenings, and we usually play Sundays from midday, and we stop regular tournaments like 5 or 6, depending on the tournaments. So we don't sit till late nights. So I am able to do this not just this one evening, but I can do it next evening as well.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
like balancing everything, so it works.
Mm.
I had a dog
Yeah.
for several years, and he was a picky one. He wanted to go out at exactly 7:30 every morning.
Yeah.
So, and you have a advantage. You're 1 hour later than us. So practically, usually my day ends like 3 a.m. every time I play. So power nap is the key.
Yeah.
Afternoon sessions, sleeping is
Yeah.
the key. Yeah, I don't know if you do it.
I've
But
tried, but I can't fall asleep during the day. Like I sleep I don't know 6 to 8 hours a night, but even though I'm super tired after a day of work, I just can't fall asleep. I just have to keep
yeah,
going until the day is over, and then I can rest.
lately I sleep with headphones and with the small ones,
Mm.
and usually podcast and in 5 minutes and I'm out. So I play each and every one of the podcasts like 7 times for 1 hour duration of the podcast, and yeah, that works for me. But I know it's individual for everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe you should try it, but I don't know.
Yeah. Like it's not that often that like I feel like as the schedule is right now, I don't feel that often that I'm running low on energy. Like a bit today, actually, I feel, because we did have a long run yesterday after a full day of work. So it was like 8 hours of work and then 9 hours of poker grind and up till like 3 a.m. almost. So today I can feel it for sure. But
Yeah,
I'm
it-
still ready for the grind later on tonight.
Yeah, it was a high intensity at the end, so were good scores, but yeah, could be better. What about hobbies other than poker?
Hobbies
What?
other than poker. Hobbies,
yeah.
right? Hobbies.
Yeah, music or something.
Yeah, I love music, but I love working out. That's my number one. Before I lost my eyesight, actually the same year as I lost my eyesight, I was going to Bali to get a personal trainer education in Bali. But then I couldn't do it, obviously, because of my eyesight disease. So right now I do work out 5 times a week, and I focus on powerlifting mostly. So that's my passion beside of poker, though. Yeah.
Powerlifting is the 3 exercises, right? Is it?
Yeah. Bench press, deadlift, and squats. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
exactly.
focusing on.
You don't look like a tough guy on the stream, but I don't know. How tall are you? How tall are you?
I'm pretty not that 5'8". Yeah, 5'8".
In
We're
centimeters?
Europeans.
Centimeters, 173 centimeters.
Yeah, same height.
Mm.
Yeah. For me, I'm saying that it's easier to jump over me than to go around me. So yeah. And what about you? Any sports or something?
Like me,
Yeah.
I'm a gamer. Like I play a lot, but I actually I don't play that much more anymore. So
Lately. You're getting old, man.
yeah,
You
right.
you,
I
you have a
I
girlfriend
get
and 2 jobs, so
yeah, I get 30 this year actually, but
30 this year.
yeah, but yeah,
Must
like Counter-Strike and stuff. Like I find joy in this video games and stuff, but I don't know, like go for walks, listen to audiobooks, just rest, watch TV series. Like I don't have any like specific passions. I just I like poker, but I like it as much as Stephen. Not to put more hours into it than I already do right now. So for me, it's all about finding that something to just chill with. That's my hobbies requires me to chill, I would say. So I have energy for all the other things I
Yeah,
do.
exactly. Yeah, I started sim racing like 2 years ago or a year ago, and in fact, last Saturday I had a guest in this kind of podcast, top level sim racer, I guess, and it's like a job for them, like 6 hours a day and studying and mental preparation, and it's so I guess the world is going on like this. Some hobbies are getting like profession for many people, I guess.
Yeah, in Scandinavia, they have a lot of schools for esports now. Like more and more, like you get an education within esports, like Counter-Strike, professional Counter-Strike.
Yeah, there is. I saw there is coaching for, I don't know, this LOL chess. Like you send a replay of your game for $50 and they tell you what you're supposed to do. Like
Yeah.
the same in poker. And I've heard, I don't know, but there are some huge prize pools in the esports now. So maybe
Yeah.
there is logic in this.
Yeah.
But I'm not competitive anything. I just play I'm a fun player, both in poker and games.
Yeah.
Is it still fun for you though?
Yeah.
For Stillon.
Oh.
Is it still fun for you? Like it used to be?
Poker. I
Yeah.
think it's actually more fun right now than it used to be, because before I were all over the place before. I were doing a lot of other things as well than poker. Like I were trying to find other things to make money on as well as poker. Right now I don't play poker really for the money, because I have a great life. I need money so I can play higher stakes. That's it, because I love poker so much. And when you lose your eyesight, it's really hard to find something to compete in. And I'm a competitive guy. I've always been a competitive guy since I was like a child. So now I have to have something in my life that I can compete in, just to have something I can work on and use time on, study. So I have something to wake up to every day. And as a passion for me, poker is a passion for me, and passion is hard to find when you lose your eyesight, I think. And I'm pretty grateful that I have poker, and I'm grateful that I have Daniel, and I'm grateful that I have a extremely happy life and a great girlfriend and a great son. And my life is much better now post losing my eyesight than when I had eyesight. That's 100% sure, for sure.
You can drop the mic now when we're off, right?
Yeah.
After this, that was great, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that
Okay.
Steven said it before,
Cool.
that his life changed drastically in the positive way after he lost his eyesight. That's incredible to hear.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's humbling. I forgot something to give you an advice. You should get a preflop calculator also.
Preflop calculator. Okay. What's the name of the program?
Two options: the ICMizer and Hold'em resources. I prefer Hold'em resources, but usually they do almost the same job. There are plus and minuses in both. like the other softwares. But the push yesterday with the queen 8 off from the bottom when you were last, that was a huge punt.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should get I know about these programs and I know it's good, but as I said, I just started to study poker in September, so I'm pretty new at this. But I can promise you that in 2021 or 2022, I'm gonna do much less punts. That's for sure.
Yeah, but then starts the other game when you know you're punting, you're playing tighter, and you're giving your less chances, and you're sorry a lot. That's my story of my life.
Okay, you're on the other side of a coin.
Yeah, usually, and I have bad habits from playing tight when the game was tight. So
I think
yeah, sure.
I was just gonna say that the worst thing about poker is doing something that you're unsure about. That's the worst thing. Like shoving queen 8 there, I was unsure, and if I had the answer, I would just shove and don't think about it. But you have to use so much time thinking about shit that you should have just studied beforehand, so you don't have to use time on it and just fuck up spot after spot because you don't know the answer. So I should invest in those things.
I don't think you're right though, because that's your point
You don't
of
think
view.
I'm right?
No, I don't, because that's your point of view. Because you're thinking about everything. The guy who wants to gamble all the money, he's always sure he's right.
Yeah, sure, it's right, but
And
it's important to know, right? To know the
But
answer.
it's also important to question your decision as well, to be,
Questions.
Yeah, exactly. I'm joking, but yeah, that's the easy living of the simple-minded. No,
Oh yeah,
ignorance is bliss, I guess. So
Yeah.
that would be a advice that I can give you, because usually tournaments are getting to push fold quite a lot.
Yeah.
But if you had looked at that calculators, you would punt ace queen off the bubble on the big 55 yesterday. I would shove them every time. Yeah.
Shove with 33 blinds?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
But maybe your play is good one, because you will never get called by worse. So maybe it's a good one. But yeah. So I guess we're closing, I guess, wrapping it up.
Been a great stream. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of guessing these days, but we need to focus more on ICM and pre-flop to get the answers, so I don't guess all the time.
Pre-flop calculations for pre-flop ranges can be done in Pio, but you need, I guess, at least 32 RAM. I don't know if you have, Daniel, 32.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, 32 RAM and a whole night of calculating.
A whole night, okay.
Yeah, usually, because you need to. You can contact me. I will tell you what's going on there, I guess. And yeah. So I wish you all the best. I'm very grateful that you joined us, and really was a pleasure talking with you. Hour and a half passed by like nothing. So
yeah,
and I barely looked at my notes that I wanted to ask you. I have tons more questions, but yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate this first podcast ever, and yeah, I was nervous, but I was sweaty palms. I could feel it, but
you didn't
it went good, and
you didn't have it yesterday with the ace 9, right? The sweaty palms.
Yeah, it's sweaty palms. Yeah, but it was a great podcast, and I really appreciate you inviting us.
Окей, ще спра записа, т.е. ще спра стрима след малко. Момчета, надявам се, че ви е харесало. Човека е уникален. В смисъл, това дето го каза накрая, просто не знам. Просто човек трябва да е благодарен за това, което има. I'm telling them that we all should be like you, grateful for what you have, and be humble, not cocky. And 2021, 2020, they showed us that we really need to be grateful that we have a living or something or whatever.
Great words, and be open-minded, guys.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope you liked it. I liked it a lot, so thank
Yeah,
you.
me too, for sure. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Bye bye.